Working the night shift in a hospital, you see some strange things. But what happened to me in room 3? Well, that's something I'll never forget. It was an old wing of St. Jude's. The kind of place where the linoleum is worn thin and every sound echoes. Room 312 was always cold, colder than the rest of the floor, and it had this reputation. Nurses would whisper stories about it, but I always brushed them off. Urban legends, I thought, until one Tuesday night, or I guess Wednesday morning. It was around 3:15 a.m., that dead hour when the whole world seems to hold its breath. I was doing my rounds, just checking on patients. Room 312 was empty, had been for a week. The last patient, an elderly man named Mr. Harrison, had passed away peacefully. As I walked past the closed door, I heard it. A faint, rhythmic beeping, like a heart monitor. My own heart skipped a beat. I thought maybe maintenance left some equipment on. I unlocked the door and stepped inside. The room was dark, except for the faint glow of the city lights through the window. It was silent. The beeping had stopped. I flicked on the lights. Empty bed, neatly made. No equipment, nothing. I shook my head, thinking my tired mind was playing tricks on me. I turned off the light, closed the door, and continued my rounds. About an hour later, a call button lit up at the nurse's station. Room 312. My blood ran cold. This time, I grabbed a security guard. A big guy named Dave. I told him the call light was on for an empty room. He just grunted, probably thinking I was a rookie spooked by shadows. We walked down the long, quiet hallway together. The little red light above the door of 312 was glowing insistently. Dave unlocked the door and we both stepped in. The room was freezing. I'm not talking about a draft. It was like walking into a meat locker. The air was thick and heavy. And then we saw it. On the empty bed, there was an indentation in the pillow, like someone's head had just been resting there. And on the tightly tucked sheets, there was a single, deep crease, right down the middle, as if someone had just been sitting up. Dave, who had been skeptical a minute ago, just stood there, his flashlight beam trembling slightly. "What in the world?" he whispered. Suddenly, the faucet in the attached bathroom turned on. Full blast. We both humped Dave, cautiously pushed the bathroom door open. No one was there. The sink was just running, hot water steaming up the mirror. He reached in and turned it off, his hand shaking. As he pulled his hand back, we heard a soft whisper. It was so faint, it was almost like the wind, but there was no mistaking the word it formed. Help. It came from the corner of the room, near the window. We both spun around, flashlights sweeping across the empty space. Nothing. Just shadows. But the feeling in the room was suffocating. It felt like we were not alone, like we were intruding on something. The temperatures seemed to drop even further. I could see my own breath. Then, the call button next to the bed buzzed loudly, right in front of us. We hadn't touched it. No one had. It was a sharp, angry sound in the dead silence. That was it for us. We backed out of the room, didn't even bother to turn off the light, and slammed the door shut. Dave looked at me, his face pale. "I'm writing this up," he said, his voice shaky. "But I don't know what to write." We found out later from one of the senior nurses, a woman who'd worked at St. Jude's for 40 years. Mr. Harrison, the last patient in that room, had been a very lonely man with no family. He passed away right around 3 a.m. a week earlier. The nurse said he was always afraid of being alone, and he would press his call button constantly, just to have someone come in and talk to him. He was terrified of dying by himself in that quiet room. It seems, even after he was gone, some part of him was still there, still lonely, still calling for help in the dead of night. I never went into room 312 alone again after that. Sometimes, late at night, I still see the call light for that room flick on, and I just let it glow. Some things are better left unanswered. Thanks for listening to my story. If you have your own creepy experiences, share them in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more true, chilling tales. Stay safe out there.